Former Minister Raphael Tuju has now taken his war against 5 judges of the Supreme Court to the doorstep of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Tuju wants the commission to probe claims of misconduct and corruption against the judges, even as he dismissed as, quote, total nonsense, claims that he's being used by someone for political expediency in his quest to seek justice from the conduct of the Supreme Court. NTV's senior reporter, Ibrahim Karanja, now with that story of Tuju's quests for justice.
It appears that Friday's open letter to Chief Justice Martha Koome by former Cabinet Secretary Raphael Tuju, complaining about the conduct of 5 of 7 Supreme Court judges, was just the start of a public search for accountability after efforts for close to a year to have his concerns addressed through the Judicial Service Commission behind the scenes. Tuesday, Tuju presented a dossier to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission regarding ethical concerns and possible corruption at the Supreme Court.
It is that I brought out the issue of the ethical dilemma in which the country finds itself when a body which is established by the Constitution, like the EACC, is being stopped from doing its work by another body of the Constitution, which is the Supreme Court of Kenya, by filing what I would consider cases before their juniors. These are juniors that they supervise. The High Court judges are supervised administratively by the Supreme Court and the President of the Supreme Court.
Tuju emphasizing that his actions are not driven by politics, but by the conduct of 5 judges in a case involving him and a bank. The judges accused are Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu, Justices Mohamed Ibrahim, Smokin Wanjala, Njoki Ndongo, and William Ouko. The former Rarieda MP clarifying that his was not a petition for the removal of the judges, terming it as total nonsense, claims that he is being used for political expediency.
My case at the JSC was filed in April last year. So that's 11 months ago. April 2024. So if anybody was using me, they were using me from April 2024. Of course, that is total nonsense. First of all, in my petition, I never asked for them to be removed. That was not my prayer.
On Friday, former Meru Governor Kiraito Murungi had named and accused Tuju of being the main face behind the push for the removal of the Supreme Court judges due to his private interests. Tuju has responded to Kiraito's accusations, stating that his actions are about principle, not personal interests.
There was the radical surgery of the judiciary under the supervision of the same Kiraito Murungi, in which some very respected judicial officers, Justice Otieno Kwach and Justice Anawa, were removed under his supervision as the Minister for Constitutional Affairs. I don't know what has changed when I touch the Supreme Court, unless it is within the philosophy of don't touch the mountain. You can imagine if in this country, those of us who are leaders start talking about don't touch the lake, or don't touch the ocean, or don't touch water, where will that leave this country?
At the EACC, Tuju met Commission Chair Bishop David Oginde. EACC CEO Abdi Muhammad confirmed the visit, stating that all complaints will be handled within the law.
As a commission, we have full trust and faith in the independence of the judiciary. I also want to confirm that we operate within the law. It is something that we are not aware of, but all that we want to confirm is every Kenyan, of course, can walk into the Integrity Center to deliver any complaint that they may have. It will be analyzed and, of course, dealt with in line with our procedures and the law.
As the battle for judicial accountability intensifies, The fate of Kenya's Supreme Court hangs in the balance, with far-reaching implications for the country's rule of law and democratic institutions. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV,